Good afternoon, Off the Bench Sports family. We are here on the campus of beautiful Nicholls State University. We are right in front of the Nicholls Student Union. It's a gorgeous Sunday morning. Grateful to be here, grateful to be alive. Right now, we're about to just sit, and it's an outstanding student athlete to my left right here. Joining us today is Journee Johnson. She is a seventh grader, West Thibodaux Middle School, here in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Hello, Journee. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I want to ask you how you've been throughout this COVID process, but you're 12, so you've been great, huh?
Yes, sir.
Nah, just kidding. This journey right here is coronavirus, COVID-19. This has affected all of us in some way or another, and we're all adapting, adjusting, and overcoming throughout this situation, so that we can learn how to live life as it may come to be, because we don't know if things are going to go back to what used to be normal or not. But you have something that gives you a big distraction away from all of this other stuff, and we're going to talk about that right now, and that's basketball. So tell us how you came to love basketball.
Well, I was 6 years old, and I was sitting on my couch, and I just, basketball started playing. And I just thought to myself, it looked interesting. So I asked my dad if we can go play, and my first game, I absolutely loved it. So I decided to, just start playing it.
Wow. So I'm gonna use this term. You fell in love with basketball at 6 years old.
Yes, sir, I did.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. What was it like for you at 6 years old to see something and say, this is who I want to be a part of my life?
It was really exciting, and I was kind of shocked because I didn't know that someone could fall in love with a sport so quickly by just seeing it on TV.
To be open and honest and transparent with you, it was like that for me around the same age. It was like in 1978. Back then, North Carolina Tar Heels used to play on TV a lot, and I watched North Carolina every time they came on TV, and that's how I found my great love, passion, and desire to be an athlete. It's not really that far fetched, because at the end of the day, you have to be a really special person, not just to play basketball, but to become good at it. What have you done to become good at basketball?
Well, I started off, not really as good at the game, and I wanted to be the best. So I just worked on my shot. I really wanted to be a shooter. So that's what I did. I worked on shooting, ball handling, all those kind of things to get better at the game.
At what point did you decide that you were going to give everything you had to becoming a better basketball player?
Well, after about 2 months of playing basketball at 6 years old, I was like, this is what I want to do. This is like everything. It means everything to me. I want to do this for the rest of my life. And so I just started working hard, and this is how I got here today.
Let's talk about skill set and development. in the process of this game, um, again, it's what's called skill set and development. It's no other way to get around it. And so within that process, how much time would you say you've given to getting instructional time to the game of basketball?
A lot. I would say like it's a lot. I really can't think of a number. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of hard work, and it really paid off.
Who helps you with your skill training and development?
There's a lot of people I've worked with, and I want to thank all of them. But I really want to thank my dad, because without him, I wouldn't be able to get any of these trainers, any like of these opportunities or anything like this. So I really want to thank my dad for all of this.
So your dad is your primary trainer.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So I had a situation like this where I was my son's primary trainer as well. Which comes first, dad or trainer?
Dad.
How much does dad say? Well, I'm sorry. Who says let's go train? Does dad say let's go train, or do you say let's go train?
I say let's go train.
You're 12 though.
Well, I sometimes I ask him to drive the car, but
So if you could drive the car yourself, you would just get in the truck and go to the gym and go work out.
yes, sir.
That okay. So I'm gonna give you another scenario. So when my son was probably from the age of 8 and 12, it was a really tough time for he and I, because when my son was born, I knew he was going to love basketball. I knew from the moment he was born and I saw him, I knew he was going to love it. And so I did everything that I could to try to help prepare him and get him to a place of peace with the game. And what was the first thing that I did was I bought him a basketball goal when he was 6 months old. Did dad do that for you?
No, sir.
Woke up at 6 and loved basketball. Amazing. How do you, and we're talking about processing now. So dad's your trainer. You guys are in the gym. You're working on something for 15 minutes. You make 5 mistakes. What happens?
He'll correct me, probably fuss me for it, but I'm just gonna get back on my feet and try again.
Mental toughness.
Yes, sir.
You're 12. You're 12. What do you know about mental toughness?
A lot, and age is just a number.
I'm sitting here, and I'm sitting with Journee Johnson, and we've said it several times. She's just 12, but she has an affinity for basketball, and if you watched her over time, you see that she's worked her butt off to become this extremely good basketball player. What was the first team that you played for? Do you remember?
Yes, sir. It was called Lady Saints.
Where was that team located at?
Homa.
How much did you play with that team?
For about 1 year.
No. Not how long. So a game happens, right? You guys get to a gym. Y'all decided to play in a tournament, and the game's ball is tossed. Game starts. Did you play a lot when you first started playing?
Yes, sir, I did. Because when I was little, I was everywhere on the court.
Energizer Bunny.
Yes, sir.
I can see that. I can see that. Then what team did you play for next?
The Lady Hawks.
How was playing with the Lady Hawks?
Good. I really enjoyed them. I played a lot as well. Like I said, I was really energetic.
So at what point do you start playing up in age? How old were you when you start playing up in age class?
When I started playing up, I didn't really get as much playtime because, like, I wasn't as advanced as the older girls and I was smaller. So, I, kind of sat on the bench the whole time. But, I worked and now I'm one of the starters.
How was that? You go from being an Energizer Bunny and playing a lot of minutes to playing up and not getting that much playing time. How did that affect you as a baller?
Well, when I saw that I didn't get in the game as much, that made me, kind of like more, how should I say this? More determined to get better and to be one of the starters who play in the game and not one of the people who sit on the bench.
What are some of the things that you use to get better once you started playing up?
Well, I did a lot of training with my coach. He helped me. And I did, just some physical activities like jump roping and push-ups.
How does jump rope and basketball go hand in hand?
Well, if you jump rope for about like 2 or 3 minutes, like for about twice or 3 times a day, that helps with your conditioning and it's gonna be easier to run up and down the court.
When did you see a change in your game as far as shooting, dribbling, defending?
Probably whenever like I was in the 5th grade going to 6th.
You grown now. You go from 6 to 10. What team are you playing with now?
Louisiana U.
Tell us about Louisiana U.
The team, it's an amazing team. The girls are very nice. They're kind. They're respectable. I love the coaches. They train us a lot. They do a lot for us. I really respect them. And I want to thank all the coaches for helping us, because we wouldn't be, where we are today. And I just want to thank everybody who helped support us.
So Louisiana U, though, tell what kind of team is it? Is it a shoe circuit team? Non-shoe circuit team? What kind of kids does it have on it?
It has. We're Under Armour. We're sponsored by them, so we are on a shoe circuit. And they put a lot of money into us, and we just go out there and ball.
Say, James Johnson, I just don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I interview all types of student athletes, and I can tell you this has probably been one of my most informative interviews ever. You're definitely a keeper. You're a winner, not just in the game of basketball, but in the game of life. You're energetic in your interviews as well. Do you see that?
Yes, sir, I do.
So, we're right now Louisiana U. What tournaments have you guys played in or been able to play in this summer?
I don't remember much, but we played in Battle of the Bayou, and that's pretty much all I know. But we played in a lot of exposure tournaments, and that really, helped us out.
How has those tournaments been going? How has your team been doing?
Good. We win some and lose some, but overall, it's a basketball game. You don't always win, but when we lose, we don't, get sad about it. We learn from our mistakes and get better.
Man, you are a rare breed at such a young age. I've been following you for I think about a year and a half now, and not only did I see a growth spurt in you physically, but I saw your game evolve. And now that I've talked to you, I see why. You are very mature beyond your age of 12 years old. So thank you for taking a moment to sit down and chop it up with me. And we look forward to seeing you later. You want to say hi to anyone?
I want to say hi to everybody who's watching this, and I want to say thank you for having me, and thank you for all the people who support me out there.
Tell them your social media address. You know it?
My Instagram is Journee2026. My Twitter is Journee2026, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, there you have it. Journee Johnson at Instagram, at Twitter, at Journee2026. Follow her. She's worth the follow. She's that good. Remember, get off the bench, get into the game. Joining us right now is Mr. Kevin Johnson. He is Journee's dad. How are you today?
I'm fine. Yourself, sir?
I'm awesome, man. Just great day, man. Great day. I wanted to first thank you for bringing Journey meet me so that we could take care of this. But I want you to tell us a little bit about Journey's path from your perspective.
Like you had mentioned before, at the age of 6, Journey was just sitting on the couch watching TV, and a game came on, basketball game came on, and she sat there for several minutes watching it, and I'm sitting there just watching it. She seemed very intrigued and focused. A few minutes after that, she asked me, "Dad, can I play basketball?" So at that time, my wife and I were real supportive about the kids. I'm like, "Sure, baby, you can play." And at that time, I thought it was just something she just wanted to do. And, just to pass time. She saw something on TV like a young kid. I want to try it. Most young kids, they try things and then they move on. It's like a new toy. Play with it a while, put it down. But she wanted to play. Went to the rec center. Registered for the game, basketball. She started playing. She came home after the first day of practice. She's like, "Dad, I really like it. I really, really enjoy it. I like the game." So again, being a parent, being like, "Hey," it's one of those things to where after a while she gets over it. It's brand new. Once it's old news, she'll leave it alone. But as time persists and the more she practiced, the more intrigued she became, the more intense she got into the game, the more focused she became. So from then on, we knew right then and there she showed a passion for the sport itself.
I want to ask you this one last question. I think it's pretty important. Watching her grow up over the last several years, most kids they watch the game that they profess love for, and they pattern their game after a specific kid. You've had a chance to watch Journey grow up in this game. Where has what person has you think Journey's game has patterned itself after?
Watching her play and watching her actually involved in the sport itself with her work ethics, her passion for the sport, she truly knows that that she needs to respect the game. First and foremost, she respect the game, and that you get out of it what you put into it. Because the game of basketball does play favorites, and I think she really patterns herself to Sabrina Ionescu. I really think she patterns her game from Sabrina. Sabrina can play the 1 through 5. I mean, she can shoot the ball, she can slash, she can score. So I really think she patterned her game, from her.
That's what's up, man. I want to give you a shout out. It takes a very special parent to dedicate all of their free time to traveling the highways and byways with their child, and it's basically giving up your life and your time to make sure that they have an opportunity to live their dreams and you deserve all the rewards that it'll bring, and it'll definitely come. Take that firsthand. All right.
Yes, sir.
Great job, Dad. It was the brightest part of my day as a dad was seeing my child excel. So, great job. Yeah, great job.
Yeah, right. And thank you for coming out. We really appreciate everything you're doing for the sports in the state of Louisiana. It takes a special person to do that. I really appreciate you for doing that.
No doubt. Thank you as well.